Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Folks, we are dealing with the delusional people. The most delusional people in the world are the American left. Welcome to the Kevin Jackson Show, KJRadio.com. We are talking about calm and panic, the yin and the yang. When I started doing these sort of themed shows, I would just pick a topic like, fortitude. So there may be fortitude, somebody willing to carry on, but there's always somebody ready to give up. So I was thinking maybe we need to cover both sides of it, because let me tell you what you have. You have fortitude. You have calm. There's a calm that comes over you when you are fighting for righteousness. There is. I'll tell you, when I was a kid, I thought about death. I mean, you think about death because it exists and all that. But as a kid, you'd think you're bulletproof. But I remember when I would be contemplative about death, I would be like, man, I don't want to die. Man, I'm young. I don't want to die. I just want to be like, have my life. And as you get older, you get a calm about it. It's inevitable. You're like, it's going to happen. You can't even control how it happens necessarily. You just know that it's going to happen. And you pray that it's in your sleep or doing something really cool, so it isn't like, you're with ISIS getting your head cut off. But other than that, it's going to come, and you discipline the idea. And there's a calm that comes from it, because you know what you've done? Over the years, you've learned to discipline the idea that you're not going to live forever. As a kid, you don't think about it. So when you're forced to think about it, you're like, oh, shoot, I'm not going to live forever. Well, it still looks like a long time. It's like 50, 70 years away. So it feels like a long time. But when you get in your 50s or in your 60s, you start going, I'm on the other side of that hill. And so it is coming. And you have a calm. But you've trained yourself for that. You understand the inevitable. And as I tell you all the time, if you're a Christ follower, you're going to win. You're going to win in the end. All these people are out there going, oh, man, I don't know about this God thing. That seems like a weird concept. Okay, if you look at the makeup of the universe and you can't believe in God, shame on you. If you are a Christ follower, as flawed as you are, if you do the things that God wants you to do, because we're never worthy. No matter how much good we do in this world, we're never worthy of entering the kingdom of heaven. But if you believe in this and you go talk to your pastor about it, but you're going to get there because you have this faith in this other thing. That's really all it takes. It requires you to believe that other thing exists. And so if you do, and I'm not telling people that, I'm not making people become religious, but when you have that, you get a calm about you. I can speak to it firsthand because my brother was saved years ago, became a pastor, and I've witnessed that calm. You just don't shake him. Doesn't really matter what happens. He's like, it is what it is, man. This is a temporary resting place. Don't take it too serious. Don't get too caught up in it. Don't get too caught up in your toys and your things and your legacies and all that. This is a resting place for you, dude. Get over it. The bigger thing's coming. And if you believe that, you don't worry about this. You have a calm. So you've trained for much of your calm. The left doesn't train that way. They don't believe in a higher power, accountability and things like that. For them, there is no moral core. The reason why you're calm about government is you've been saying this for a long time. Let me help you out here. You've been saying, you know what? Right wins in the end. Now, we've had the most corrupt government we've ever seen in the past 8 years. And you know what happened? The curtain got pulled back. And there's Obama in his black socks and his my grandfather used to wear them in those boxer shorts, pulling levers with George Soros up above him with the puppet strings. It's been pulled back. And it's only going to get worse. And you knew it. Why? Because that's how things correct. Evil doesn't win in the end, period. It doesn't. It never does. The leftists think it do because they get their pensions, take a few vacations on you, laugh at you at their cocktail parties or whatever. But they don't win in the end. You do. Anyway, I want to talk about James Comey's new job. He's teaching a course on ethical leadership at William and Mary beginning in the fall. That's if he's not in prison. The course will meet primarily at the college's D.C. Center and once at the campus in Williamsburg, Virginia. And Comey, they say, is going to teach the course with Drew Stelgis or something like that, Executive Assistant Professor of Education and Assistant Vice President for Student Leadership. He graduated from William & Mary in 1982, and they said the school is thrilled. Let me tell you what's going to happen when this all shakes out. They will rescind this offer. Academia is going to get an overhaul. Hollywood's already going through an overhaul, but it's going to get worse. All these liberal institutions, these leftist institutions that have brainwashed kids, brainwashed some of you, don't turn away, are going to get an overhaul. A much needed overhaul. Because they've been duplicitous to say the least. They say this class says, ethical leaders lead by seeing above the short term, above the urgent or the partisan, and with a higher loyalty to lasting values. More importantly, the truth. That's what Comey said. Building and maintaining that kind of leadership in both private and public sector is a challenge of our time. One of the most crooked people on the planet is going to teach ethics at a college. I want to let that sink in with you for just a second. They will rescind this offer. Trust me. Comey's in hot water more than you could ever know. But you know what the left wants you to do? They want you to believe they're calm. But here's the difference between the left and the right. Donald Trump is calm. He's been calm since the moment they accused him of whatever it was. Because Trump's like, I know I'm right, and I'll sue to prove I'm right. If I got to get every record, whatever it takes, I will sue. I'll have it about character. He'll do whatever it takes. Everybody doesn't have that opportunity. I remember when Mark Cuban sued the government, and he said it was a small amount. He spent more on attorneys than he did in the money that they were charging him, but he said it was the principle. But he said this, if I hadn't been a wealthy man, I couldn't have done it. And this fool is still a leftist. This is how sick that ideology is. The sickness of an ideology that would take a crook and give him a high six-figure job at a university and pretend that James Comey can teach these kids about ethics. It's sick. We got a lot to talk about, folks. We won't just be covering the FISA stuff. So hang in there. Listening to Kevin Jackson, KJRadio.com. We'll be back.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful four-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.